Ever wondered how you could create your own computer game using Java? Welcome to the exciting world of Greenfoot Java IDE, a dynamic tool designed for crafting games and simulations. Its user-friendly interface and the underlying principles of classes and objects make this a stellar choice for creating interactive visual programs. Imagine utilizing these principles to create characters, objects, and actions, bringing your game vision to life. By the end of this tutorial, you will have created a basic Space Invaders game. Ready to dive in? First things first, setting up the game environment is crucial. Now let's dive into the heart of Greenfoot. To start, we'll need to set up a new project. Navigate to the Project menu and select New. Give it a name that resonates with your game idea. Now, let's create a world. The world is essentially your game's playground. It's where all the action happens. Under the World menu, select New Subclass. You'll be prompted to give it a name and set its dimensions. These dimensions are your world's width and height, measured in cells. Moving on, let's talk about actor classes. These are the heartbeats of your game. They represent different entities, like our player spaceship and the invading aliens. Each actor class has its own behaviors and attributes. To create an actor class, repeat the process of creating a world, but this time under the Actor menu. Now that we've set up our game environment, it's time to bring it to life with some code. Coding the actor classes is where the magic happens. It's time to breathe life into our game. Let's start with the ACT method, a cornerstone of the Greenfoot Java IDE. This method is essentially the heartbeat of our game entities, dictating their behavior. Think of the ACT method as the director of a play, instructing each actor on their movements and actions. In our Space Invaders game, each spaceship, alien, and projectile has its own ACT method, defining its unique behavior. Now, let's make our spaceship move. We'll write a method that listens for key presses, allowing the player to steer the spaceship left or right. Every time the ACT method runs, it checks if the left or right arrow key is pressed and moves the spaceship accordingly. Next, we'll code the aliens. We want them to descend towards the player, creating a sense of tension. We'll write a method that moves the aliens in a zigzag pattern, steadily closing in on the spaceship. The ACT method here checks the position of the aliens and moves them a step closer to the player. And there you have it. With some basic Java knowledge and Greenfoot IDE, you've created your very own Space Invaders game. You've not only breathed life into a classic game, but also taken a significant stride in understanding the Java programming language.